How about that in a minute? One little hook on it. That was fun. Dude, I got it. The airplane. Dude, an airplane. Airplane. That's right, he's flying on it. Good. 4 3/4 pounds. And a Lucky Craft pointer. Oh. Keep trying it. Got it. Riley likes them. Hey guys, this is Brian Riley. We're back at home. It's supposed to rain today, so we're gonna just sit inside and enjoy the inside time. I wanted to go over what I was throwing in the first video, compare that with the second video. In the first video, I was throwing the deep diving .100, and the reason I was throwing the deep diving pointer is because the area I was fishing, I wasn't very familiar. I've been there a few times, but I wasn't very familiar with the weed beds and where the edges of the weeds were. So what I would do is I was throwing this deep diver pointer, and I was searching for those edges. So I throw it out there. If I rip it once, give it a little pull, goes down about 2 or 3 feet, and I'm hitting grass, I know I'm on the weed bed. I move it out a little, I throw it out a little bit further on the next cast, pull it down. If I'm still hitting it shallow, I move it out again until I'm able to rip it 2, 3, 4, and then I can figure out the depth of the weeds out in front of the boat without having to use my graph to figure all that out. So I was using the deep diver pointer on that first video to explore the weed bed edges, which was really key. In the wintertime, I really target the edges of weeds. That way the bass have the opportunity to move up when it gets sunny or go back down when it gets a little bit cloudier and cooler out. So the deep diver pointer, I was using that to figure out the contours of the weed beds. In the video that I just showed you, I had switched to this shallower pointer. This is a regular .100, and the reason I switched that, it's got the same exact profile as this. It's the same bait, but just the bill size is a little bit smaller, a lot smaller. But I was able to use this one to actually fish those weed beds. I could fish it shallow. On the first fish on this video, that was a 4 3/4 pound bass. That fish was only in about 2 feet of water. Okay, but there was a little drop off in the weed bed that I popped it off of a weed, and he came up and grabbed it real good, and I was able to catch that one doing that up shallow. But I could also fish this one from anywhere from 2 feet all the way down to 4 or 5 feet. So it has a lot of range on the depth that I could fish this with. If you see me working that rod tip up high, I'm trying to keep that bait up above the weed patch. When you see me ripping it down deeper or pulling it to the side, now I'm getting into the outer edges of those weeds where they start to taper off a little bit into the deeper water. So those were my 2 baits that I was using. The first one I was using to explore and figure out the area. Once I got a little bit more familiar with the area, I switched over to the shallow .100, so I wasn't getting hung up as much, and I was able to fish a lot more effectively. I hope you enjoyed watching those first 2 videos. So that's my pointer on the pointers. Thanks for watching. Good luck in 2019.